Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. I know I told you guys I was going up earlier today, and this is late. Why is she going up late today? Your girl is so hungover. She's super hungover. So doing everything this morning and doing my other work just took me a lot of fucking time. Can't wait to tell you guys more about that. So happy. Also, before we get to that, Brett Hankinson, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. Day 15 on the show saying it. We'll keep on fucking going. This shit is crazy. Don't forget, guys, Super Chat, Streamlabs, support your girl. She's feeling it. She's feeling it today. You guys know I never drink anymore. Or I do, but like so a couple things we're going to talk about on the show today. There's an 11-year-old who's crushing life, and we need to highlight her. There's a Robin Williams doc that's coming on September 1st that I'm really interested in. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on. There's very intense protests going on in Beirut that are worth discussing. And also global warming strikes again. So in the world of fuck no news, there's that. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking me about my skincare routine. So I thought that this would probably be a great day because I didn't want to put my makeup on today because fuck that, I'm hungover. So I was like, okay, I'll just show them what my skincare routine is on air. For those of you guys who don't give a fuck about it, don't worry. It takes about 30 seconds. And those of you guys who do, then maybe you'll like this. Where my skincare people at. Before we get into that, though, guys, I wanted to go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Thank you to Christy F., who said, some guests I'd like to see on are Coy, Hector, Clark, Rachel, Billy Business. I got to get Billy on. He just had a kid, though, so I'm trying to be cool about it. Darina, Kate, Steph, it goes without saying. Even though I just did. Yeah, I love all of those. I literally would have any one of those people back on or on for the first time. Amy still hasn't responded to me. Dallin, she's not on your list, but I was just thinking about that. Katie, the Good Witch, says, thanks, Katie. Yesterday's wedding was fun. Good. Ceremony outside on benches we could spread out on, and the bride put my little group at our own table off to the side, which was kind of funny, but she knew we cared about distancing. Even though others didn't, and no hugs. That's great. I'm glad all of that happened, Katie. That sounds awesome. Star. Hi, Star. Star says, hi, Roxy. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Just wanted to drop in and show support from Chris and me. Star, you rock. I really appreciate that. I hope you're having a better time. Hope your boss is treating you well, and whatever else was going on, I just hope you're doing okay. All right, let's get to the skincare. Yeah, Legalt says skincare is a lifestyle for sure. Okay, so I do a 3-step process, and you guys now will see all 3 of those steps. Here are the caveats. You guys know it's not like I'm made of money. So all of my skincare products, each one individually costs less than $20. I know there are skincare products that are incredible that it costs like $150. Your girl can't do that. So if you are balling on a budget like I am, I also get all these from CVS because I like to be able to get things fast. You can get them on Amazon too. So the first thing I do is I put on a toner. So I already washed my face. So there's nothing on my face right now. I have nothing, just my face. So the first thing I do is I put on a toner. This one's Pixie, comes from CVS. I think it's like maybe like $13 or something. But I have other ones as well. And this one is, so it's called Glow Tonic, and it's got glycolic acid in it, which I like for a toner, but you can do whatever you want. Different people have different skin and harshnesses. So I take these makeup pads. You get these in like a ton of them for a couple bucks at CVS. And then I take this, I take off the top. Guys, this is good for ladies, for men, for non-binary people. If you think that you don't need a good skin routine, your older self is not happy with you because you want to look as fresh face as you can for as long as you can. So I put a few drops on here, and then I just wipe it across my face. Kind of go everywhere. You don't want to like go right on your eye because obviously you avoid the eye area. And then I also do my neck. A lot of people forget about their neck, but your neck is what ages you the quickest. And, you know, whenever you look at somebody who has like a lot of plastic surgery, but their neck is all wrinkly, it's like, you know, and I kind of just do a little bit here. So you want to see something gross? Even though I washed my face, which a lot of you guys do as well, you don't do the toner part of it and you wash your face. So like I showered, I washed my face. Still, look at what toner gets off of me. Can you see? It's kind of blurry. You can see a little bit though. It's like still gets off like gook and shit. So toner is good also for that reason. Okay, so then I put that down. Then I use a serum. Mine's a vitamin C serum. It depends on what you're trying to do. You could have a vitamin E serum or whatever. This also came from CVS. I believe this was like $19, but it's called Pura D'Or. And like I said, this is their 20% vitamin C serum. It also has retinol, argan oil, white jelly mushroom, vitamin E, all that stuff. So I like that it has all different properties in it. So I take it, it's got a dropper. And so a lot of people drop it right onto their face. I usually drop it onto the backside of my hand and then kind of use that to like dip into. And I put this all over my face. I like this serum because it doesn't feel greasy. A lot of them feel really oily. This is really thin and light. I know for some of you guys, Jake, I'm sure this is not your favorite segment of the show, but much love to you anyway. Thanks for being here. But honestly, guys, for those of you who don't think this matters to you, I'm telling you, it's important. And like I said, it's so quick. All right, so I did that on my face. I did it on my neck. Then I usually wait for that to kind of dry for like a minute. And then I put on a moisturizer. And by the way, I do this routine in the morning and at night, which is why, for the most part, I will say I have pretty great skin. See, not many lines. I know it looks like I'm doing like some kind of a boob shot, but I'm really just trying to show you guys my face. Okay, so this is, I switch off moisturizers depending on what I'm looking for, but this is a pretty inexpensive one that I think really does the job. It's called Revitalift. It's by L'Oreal. Again, CVS, because who the fuck do we think that I am? And so I just take this on my finger and put it on my face. I always make sure to definitely get my under eyes because I have really dark under eye circles that need extra help. So I always try to really moisturize there. Really what I should be doing is using a specific under eye cream, but again, not made of money. So doing this for now. My skincare regimen is called Wash and Go. My milk chocolate melanin and exercise. Yeah, well, if you have more melanin, usually your face is more forgiving and you look fucking really young for a really long time. So jealous there. I have to really fucking make sure. Okay. So there it is. That's my face routine. And those products last me a really long time, several months, each of them. This has lasted me legitimately a year. This one, which is still to here, I've had for 3 months. And this one goes a little quicker because I use a bit more. These usually last me for about 2 months each. Hope that was helpful for those of you guys who've been asking me about my skincare routine. Also, for those of you guys who comment on my thing saying that I'm not telling the truth about not wearing makeup, for whatever reason you think I'm fucking lying. Clearly, if I was wearing makeup, you would be able to see it come off right now. So there we go. Let's get to some super chats. And then again, we will talk about the news. SPF is also important in the neck, face, and hands. 100% in the Galtland. Very important. Rob K said, is your toner alcohol free? Great question. I do believe that this one is alcohol free because alcohol can be really tough on your face. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it says right on the back. Gently exfoliates, brightens, revealing healthy, glowing skin for all types, alcohol-free, dermatologist tested. Use AM or PM as needed. Void cleansing, apply with cotton pad, avoid eye area. Yeah, so good call. All right. Intelligence Cycle. Hey, Roxy, how's it going? I'd love to see Dan Merle, Christian Harloff, Rachel on live show because all you guys have great chemistry together, and I miss World Girl show. How did it go? Watch it. It's still up. Thank you, Intelligence Cycle. It went well. It definitely went really well. I thought that the guest did a great job. Why does my hairline look so weird today? The guest did a great job. Steffi just like really was phenomenal. And yeah, I don't know how much I believe in, but I do know that I think she really nailed it. So it was a fun episode. Go check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to the World Girls as well. We need to hit that subscribe count. We need that 1,000. Glenn Caesar in the stream, livestreamlabs.com/Roxy Schreier. Hello, Roxy. Love you. As always, thanks for still hanging out with us today. Here's to hoping for a quick hangover cure for RJ. Thank you. I hope you all have a sunny and happy rest of your Saturday and weekend. Sending lots of bunnies to you all. Peace, love, and hugs. Hashtag Rockstars Rule. Glenn, you rock. Just fucking rock. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Okay, so also I will talk more about my hangover in a bit, but it does relate to the Roxy's Advice Corner of the episode. So before we get to that, let's talk some news, guys. A little bit of news. Even though Steph's not on the show today, she helped me produce the show because hungover. So here's some stories that she pulled, and I thought that they were all pretty interesting. The first one being that there's this 11-year-old kid who, her name is Michelle Kamen Keng. It's Nkamankeeng. She's a South African kid author, and she's already written 9 books. These are the stories where you're like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? But they're these beautiful, beautiful books. And Bloomberg did a highlight on her. And she's like, wears such professional little outfits and is so freaking cute. And I do think, like, in life, sometimes people who are of the age that they're writing for can write better things for the people that they're writing for. She wrote her first book at the age of 6. It was published at the age of 7. It was for kids. She's now written 9 of them. I'm very inspired by things like this because you think about, like, some people are so passionate that it's inherently in them. Like, she wasn't like, you know, a 6-year-old who's like, I have to make money. And what do I do to make money? I could be an author. She just wanted to fucking write and make these books and, like, share inspiring things and be an author and tell stories. And that's inside her. So I think that's really wonderful. And I think we all kind of have an inner kid passion like that inside of us. So I saw the story and I just was like, oh God, I wish that we could all have the ballsiness to do what we love to do the way we did when we were kids. And somebody did ask me on my Instagram story the other day, they said, what would you do if you knew that there was no risk of failing? And I wrote back and said exactly what I'm doing right now, because I've really tried to, like, remember, this is my life and my passion, and this is what I want to do. I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a storyteller. I want to be an actress. I want to be a writer. I want to be a host. I want to do all of these things. And there's a huge risk of failing, but I want to do it so bad that I'm going to fucking do it anyway. So a little inspiration from a 11-year-old girl that I thought was really cool. Let me know what you guys think about that. Also, Robin Williams has a doc coming out called Robin's Wish. Robin's Wish. It's going to be released on September 1st. And the doc is specifically exploring his battle with his, I don't know whether it's mental illness or this article refers to it as brain disease. But with whatever you want to call what causes somebody depression or any of the things. The documentary is going to focus on his final days and explore it's going to be explored by those closest to him and details on the neurological disorder that plagued the entertainer. And a lot of new things are going to be revealed, apparently. So the first trailer came out for this, and I'm just really fascinated by his story. I think that he is one of the most incredible performers of all time. I think he's top 10 for me. Obviously, you guys know Good Will Hunting is my favorite movie, but also on top of that, I just think he is so truly gifted, and it's so sad what happened. Just really fucking sad, and I don't know how anybody can not be at least partially interested in his story, because to me, it's just really beautiful and really disturbing and really sad and gut-wrenching. And I'm not saying that the ending was beautiful. I'm talking about him as a creator was beautiful. And the ending is the part that's like, God, we have to learn to look out for each other, and just really fucking sad. So anyway, I've always been very fascinated in his life, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have too, and I'll definitely be watching this documentary, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it here on the show. So there is that. Also, in the world of fuck no news, the Beirut explosion has caused some massive protests in Beirut, because they don't like the way that the government is handling the situation, which makes complete sense. The death toll now reaches 158, with more than 6,000 injured. When we're talking about injuries, we're talking about like legitimate amputees, because when you get injured in a blast, just so fucked up. Lebanese security forces established checkpoints to prevent protesters from entering parliament. Parliamentary guards fire rubber bullets at the protesters. So a lot of live updates. Here's a photograph, if you guys can see this, of what it looks like right now. But there's just, a lot of protesters, and I understand why when there's something like this and the government's not handling it well. And also people are fucking hungry. They're starving, and there's so much stuff going on. I pray for Beirut. I don't think this is going to be a short situation. This is really fucked up. And we're in the middle of a global pandemic. So there's that. Woof. Shit times in Beirut and in the planet in general. Just that's a tough one. Also, I think she sent me, that thousands of demonstrators have thronged the streets near the official residence of Prime Minister Netanyahu in Jerusalem, in a renewed show of strength, as weeks of protests against the Israeli leader show no signs of slowing. I've talked to Steph about this before, but I don't know, taking it to somebody's residence, that's very challenging. But there's just such an uprising in the world right now, and an unrest that we've never seen before to this extent. There's always unrest in the Middle East. This is true, but I think that people are not going to be silenced any longer, it seems. And yeah, it's hard to talk about Netanyahu, but when thousands and thousands are protesting you at your home, and like I said, no signs of it slowing down, feels like it's doing definitely the opposite, raging on more. So, yikes. A lot of, for a hungover lady, this is a lot of fuck no news. We don't want that fuck no news on our hangover days. We are going to probably do a shorter show today because, like I said, hungover, trying to get work done. But we will talk about a couple more things. So don't forget to get in your Streamlabs, your super chats. I will do a Roxy's Advice Corner and share a little bit about last night. And also, let's talk about global warming, because while we're on a list of ways that the world is fucking not killing it right now. A Canadian ice shelf area that was bigger than Manhattan collapsed due to the rising temperature. This article is coming from The Guardian. Canadian ice shelf, the last fully intact ice shelf in the Canadian Arctic, lost more than 40% of its areas in 2 days at the end of July. So this happened a little bit ago. And it was called the Milne ice shelf. I guess Milne. It was at the fringe of the Ellesmere Island in the sparsely populated northern Canadian territory of Nunavut. Wow, all those names. It says, quote, above normal air temperatures, offshore winds, and open water in front of the ice shelf are all part of the recipe for ice shelf breakup, the Canadian Ice Service said in a tweet earlier this week. Entire cities are that size. There are big pieces of ice, said Luke Copeland, a glaciologist at the University of Ottawa, who was part of the research team studying the Milne ice shelf. The shelf's area shrank by about 80 square kilometers. Wow, that is so fucking massive. By comparison, the island of Manhattan in New York is 60 square kilometers, so 20 more. Wow. This was the largest remaining intact ice shelf, and it's disintegrated, basically. Reading, Roxy, reading. The Arctic has been warming at twice the global rate for the last 30 years. But what is global warming? That was a fucking joke. Due to a process known as Arctic amplification. But this year, temperatures in the polar region have been intense. The polar sea ice hit its lowest extent for July in 40 years. 40 years, damn. Record heat from wildfires have scorched Siberia and Russia. Summer in the Canadian Arctic this year is in particular has been 5 Celsius above the 30-year average, Copeland said. Yikes. All of this is fucking yikes. Yikes. Like, protests, struggles in the Middle East, fucking global warming, biggest racial battle of our lives, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. It's fucking crazy. Global pandemic. And still, we have to fight for our fucking lives and happiness. We have to. So even though I share some fuck no news, guys, remember that this isn't a reason to crawl into a hole and be depressed for the whole day. Shows us why we need to fight even harder, because it's normal to be fucked up about this stuff. It's not normal to be okay with all of this. That would be crazy. It's normal to be fucked in the head about this stuff because it's so scary and sad and psycho, and we have to fight against these things and also against our emotions that tell us, be fucking depressed, don't get off your fucking couch. So I do want to do a little bit of a Roxy's advice corner for you guys, because this is something that I implemented into my life, and especially last night. But my friend and mentor, Kevin Undergaro, who you guys know from The Tomorrow Show, and a bajillion other things, but he always used to tell me, and still tells me, the beer tastes better the less you drink it. And I kind of never resonated with me at the time, because I was like, all right, I like beer a lot all the time. But in the recent years that I've been drinking less and less and working on this, I think it's so true. The beer tastes better the less you drink it, because you appreciate more when you have these times. So I'm somebody who doesn't drink very often now. Or, like, I don't drink more than like a glass of wine very often, because it was really fucking with my head and my life. And like, even when you think that you don't feel depression because of booze, remember, it is a depressant, and it tricks you into thinking certain things. And then you can't even identify that you're feeling those things based on the booze. So what I try to do now is I try to only drink when I'm happy, and drink less than usual, so that it does taste better. It's not about the actual taste. It's about like how you feel when you're on it and all of that stuff. So last night, I definitely had several drinks. Can't talk too much about that because my hungover self will feel ill. In fact, I'm going to take a sip of tea right now to wash that down. But it was so fun. And I was safe, obviously, and social distanced and not one of those people at a fucking crazy club or whatever. But it was so fun because I don't do that. And so I love when I get to let loose and have a few drinks and feel that and feel like fun and frisky. No, frisky is the wrong word. Fun and just like enjoy myself. And for you guys, I know I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys that you're struggling with your drinking or substance abuse right now. And I totally get why. We are in a fucking crazy ass time. And the easiest thing to do in the moment is to give in to whatever it is that makes you feel better in that moment. Booze, drugs, whatever the fuck it is. But you have to remember that it doesn't make you feel better long term. And it will be even better if you do it less often. So for those of you guys who are struggling right now and are drinking every night or whatever your drug of choice is, remember that moderation is key here, and you will be happier for doing that. And like I also said, I only try to do it when I am happy, because when you start drinking when you're sad, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because in the moment it will make you feel different. It alters your state, and that's what you're looking for. But then you need to rely on it for the times that you are sad. And that can be a really slippery slope. So try cutting back. Try drinking when you're having positive feelings to enjoy yourself, not to get into a further hole. And hopefully that will help you guys the way that it's helped me. So thank you to Kevin Undergaro for that advice. The beer tastes better the less you drink it. I think it's so true. And last night, damn, did it taste good. So fun. Oh. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider said, Roxy, I know that today is going to be a shorter show and you've still got work to do, but can we see the Lego Batmobile looks like before you go? Or maybe on tomorrow's show? Yes, Glenn, because you're the best human being ever. I will grab that right now. Hold on. I'm going to run. Okay. All right, here we go. This is the completed Batmobile. So sick with the fire in the back. It's freaking dope. You can see Batman in there. And here's Joker. I haven't figured out what to do with him yet, so I just keep like sitting him on top like that, which I think is kind of cool. Anyway, it is sick. So you guys are amazing. Chris Lemchi, I think this one was for you, so thank you. If I got that wrong, Glenn, let me know. But it is freaking sweet. Let's see. MJ in here says, do you ever get drinker's remorse? I always used to get it after work nights out. I'd be trying to remember what I'd said the night before. I mean, like, literally, MJ, the amount of times I've gotten drinker's remorse is hundreds. It's the worst fucking feeling. It is the worst feeling. Because you guys know, I used to drink incredibly heavily. I mean, I was drinking for sure, like almost every day for multiple years, and not like a glass of wine with dinner, like many, many drinks, which is why I think something that they don't tell you guys is that, or that people don't usually talk about, is that it's not black and white. Alcoholism is not black and white. Some people are alcoholics and can never drink a day again, and some people are not and can drink as they please. And then there's this like gray area of people who struggle with alcohol at different times in their life. And what I have found is in order to figure out what to do, you do need to pull back in order to know where you lie. But that's something that it's just my personal thought on it, is that there's a lot of different colors of the alcohol rainbow. And I think that when I was drinking more often and more heavily, I would have drinker's remorse all the time because I would say and do stupid shit. I punched my best friend in the face once. I got us thrown out of Fenway Park. I would text, like, when I was back in the day when I was single. Not that I'm not. I'm just saying, like, not while I had a boyfriend or anything. I would text people things that I'd be like, ew, that was gross. And wouldn't even remember texting them. Just like, ugh. Who the fuck wants to feel that way the next morning? So yes, for sure, I've had drinker's remorse. Not in a long time, though. Not in a really long time, not in years. Because now I don't really do that. And when I do go out and have a good time, like last night, and had multiple drinks, I'm not to the point where I'm going to say something fucking stupid. So I don't feel that remorse the next day, because I hated that feeling. And that feeling is in your control. You don't have to drink to the point that you do that. And I remember when I was drinking to the point I was doing that, it was because I was putting Band-Aids on something that needed surgery. I was just like, okay, just drink and whatever problems you have are going to go away. When really I needed to do the inner work to figure it out, why I was feeling the way I was feeling. Nobody who is happy and whole wants to drink 7 nights a week excessively. And that's not to shame anybody, because I've been there. But know that that's a good place to start. That if you're drinking 7 nights a week and you're drinking excessively, there's something else going on there. And in order to figure out what that is, you've got to cut back. You've got to cut back so that you give yourself the space and time to figure out what's going on that's making you want to get out of your head and mind 7 nights a week to that extent. Greg LeBeau in here, just here to support a friend. Greg, you fucking rock. Adore you. Appreciate that. Thank you. You guys are the freaking best. I know it's funny for me to give advice on this as I started the stream with the fact that I'm hungover, but you guys know that never really happens to me. And I still like go out and have a good time. You guys know, like anybody who see me at the Schmodown, like I will fucking party with the best of them. And I'll drink bitches under the table. And by bitches, I mean people. But I can do that now because I'm whole and I've done the work and I've gone to therapy and I've cut back and I figured out why the fuck I was doing the things I was doing and drinking to the point where I was doing stupid ass shit all the time. You don't punch your best friend in the face and think that you're okay. So that's a little more about me. I do think we are getting out of here, but I appreciate you guys for joining the show today. And I hope that you guys remember that it tastes better the less you drink it. Glenn Caesar in here said, no, you got it right, Roxy. You and Steph did a good job building it together. Big shout out to Chris Lemchi for picking an awesome gift. Yeah, he rocks. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. And thanks, Glenn. For confirming that. Joseph, yeah, I filled everybody in on Ashley and her, Steph and her family in Lebanon. All of her family is okay, which is, thank you for asking. Her family is okay, which is great. Phew. But a lot of people's families are not, so that sucks. It's just fucking tough. Has she ever mentioned who she punched in the face? Her name's Dana. She's one of my best friends on the planet. We've been like this since we were, I don't know, 9. We were at a bar and she was just trying to help me get my jacket. And I just was like being a fucking crazy person because I used to do shit like that. Damn, Jig Yoda with that massive support in here. What? Thank you, Jig Yoda. I'm trying to put this on screen. Why isn't it letting me? Clicking the button. Oh, well, I put Jake's thing on there. I'll always put Jake's thing on there. Well, Jake's thing was my thing. Okay, wow. Now she's clicking around. She's trying to figure it out. Thank you, Jake Yoda. And thank you to everybody who's subscribed to the World Girls. Thank you to everybody who's supported me in the Super Chat and the Streamlabs today. Thank you for everybody who's watching this show. Thank you to everybody who thumbs up. We have 71 thumbs up and over 100 people watching, so get those thumbs going. And anybody who leaves a comment after the fact, I always read them, and I appreciate what you guys have to say. It means the world to me. So you rock. You guys freaking rock. And I will be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. live at the Roxy. Chris Burke says, hi, Roxy, laying in hospital bed with heart AFib. Prayers. Chris, what's going on? We talked to Avery yesterday. Is this still with the COVID issues? Oh, no, Chris. Everybody send bunnies and hearts for Chris. I hope you're fucking okay. Just root for you guys all so hard. And when I hear you guys are struggling, I'm struggling. But you got to do, not to say that I'm doing it the right way, but you got to fucking try things and you got to fight. So, Chris, keep fighting. We're sending bunnies and hearts and all that for you. Everybody else in here, you guys keep fighting too. And I'll be back tomorrow. Love you guys lots. Stay safe. Work on your happiness. Try to take your vices and use them a little less and figure out what's going on in your life. And I gotta drink some water or something, maybe eat some food, something bad for me. Okay. Love you guys lots. Bye.